Well, the Foreign Agents Bill will require organisations that receive 20% or more of their funding from abroad to declare themselves as foreign agents. If groups fail to do so, they'll face hefty fines and possible imprisonment. The legislation is similar to one passed by Russia in 2012, which the Kremlin has since used to target Western-funded NGOs and media. And it's ignited fears the country, a former Soviet republic, is aligning more closely with Moscow. Well, the bill has deepened a rift between Georgian Dream, which leads the government, and pro-European President Slome Zurabichvili. It might also stand in the way of Georgia's bid to join the European Union, with the bloc's foreign policy chief warning the bill is incompatible with EU values and standards. Let's bring in Alex Scrivener. He's the executive director of the Democratic Security Institute, an independent think tank focused on democracy and security in Eurasia. He joins us live from the Georgian capital. Alex, good to have you with us. So we've now seen a second night of these protests against this proposed foreign agents bill. Many ordinary Georgians clearly think this legislation is bad news. Why do you think this bill is so controversial?
Well, yeah, the Foreign Agents Bill is seen and is feared by many to be an existential threat to Georgian democracy. And the reason is that basically any civil society organisation in Georgia, and because the vast majority, if not all of them, are funded at least somewhat from abroad, will have to register as foreign agents. And that means, every human rights organisation, every anti-corruption organisation, even organisations just helping with providing services in health and education, will have to label themselves as a foreign agent. And you can see that this could also be used to muzzle critical voices against the government. So it's seen as an existential threat by many Georgians, including all people working in the sector.
And Alex, we know that a similar law in Russia has been used to severely limit press freedoms. You talked about that and clamp down on civil society. Is there a worry that Russian influence is at play here?
Well, I mean, that's the big political issue here, isn't it? The reason that it's caused so much controversy is because Georgia is perhaps one of the most pro-European, pro-EU countries in the world. A recent poll suggested that 81% of Georgians supported membership of the European Union. And now suddenly the Georgian government seems to be adopting this law that makes Georgia very much more like Russia than the EU. And that's caused immense anger here for that reason. So, yes, that's the core of the controversy in many ways.
And senior EU officials say the law goes against EU values and standards. So how much, then, will this law affect Georgia's chances of joining the EU? I mean, most Georgians, as you say, want to be integrated into Europe, don't they?
Well, yes. I mean, it's almost it's very clear that it will impact those chances very adversely. And I think the fear amongst many Georgians that this is actually a conscious effort by Georgia's government to sabotage Georgia's efforts to join the EU in order to sort of curry favour with the Kremlin and avoid a military intervention like we saw in Ukraine. And Georgians are very angry about this precisely because Georgia is such a pro-European country and a very anti-Russian country in terms of public opinion.
Yeah, that's an important point.
It will damage the country.
Yeah, that's an important point you make there, Alex. Just a final thought to you, because, as you say, Georgia as a country has been pulled between the West and Russia. Let's not forget it was invaded by Russia in 2008. How much concern is there, then, that political tensions in Georgia could now be heightened because of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine?
Well, yes. I mean, the Ukraine invasion was a very big shock to many people in Georgia. I mean, Georgian society is pretty much united in its support for Ukraine. Even the government in Georgia, for all its faults, is theoretically supposedly supporting Ukraine in this war. So yes, I mean, the war in Ukraine has had huge impacts here, and I think the security threat that Russia poses to Georgia and has posed for many years now has been heightened and definitely underlined by the scale of the Russian aggression in Ukraine. So the situation here and in Ukraine are very much linked, for sure.
Alex Scrivener, really to get your thoughts and your analysis. Thank you very much indeed for talking to us, Alex. Thank you.